This is Three Beards Media. Real talk, no filters, no scripts. From sports to culture, we say what others won't. Turn it up, lock in, because it all starts right now. Live from the AKC Andrew Downs Studios and powered by Revelton Distilling Company.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler. Hey, it's fucking off panel, off topic. It's Jake, and Tyler.
You nailed it. 265. Wait, 265.
Five.
Anyway.
Everybody's like,
And
turn it off.
thank you for joining us here on this Thursday evening.
We have a great show for you today, as usual. The reason why we're not live,
Dude, they didn't know?
yeah, whatever. The reason why is because I will be in Ames while you're watching this Thursday.
You know what?
Do trivia.
I think I might hang out in the live chat. So if you want to chat with me,
Yeah.
I'll be there.
We also have my brother's going to be on in about whatever.
Hey, don't expect me to be there the whole time. Okay?
The live chat.
Yeah. All right. I'm barely even here for the show while I'm doing it. All right. All right. So we have a lot to talk about. We have to talk about the Avengers Doomsday trailer.
Oh my God.
We got to talk about the Clayface trailer. We got to talk about X-Men 97.
Mm-hmm.
We got to talk about all sorts of comics. A lot of speculation going to be on this episode. But normally we would start with the long box. But we're going to forego the long box this week. We're going to do something that we haven't done before. Or we haven't done in a while. Your brother's been on the show. He was with us for Godzilla -1, which we got to see -0. That comes out.
Should we start with Carter?
That's what we were doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him to open it up.
I mean, we can riff before that, I guess, for a little bit.
Yeah. No.
Exciting because we have reviewed your brother's books on the show. We've talked about Ecteron before.
Ecteron. Yep.
Ecteron. Yeah. I always fuck it up. I'm terrible with names. He's got a new book. And he's gonna be talking about. I do have that. I can pull that up here in a second, Tyler, if you want to.
Yeah.
Vamp.
Yeah. So what we're doing here is tonight we're going to have our comics, obviously, and we're gonna have the news about X-Men 97. X-Men 97 this week was really, really good. There's a Clayface trailer that we're gonna get to.
I will say this about X-Men 97. You might have been dead on with something because I don't keep this in mind. I don't normally let my son watch the show. I always watch this show by myself. But given the nature of us recording on Wednesday, I had to watch it before work. So I don't recommend this. I was taking a shower and it was like on the corner of my shower and I was watching it while I was taking a shower. That's the future, ladies and gentlemen. But I had it on my phone, so I was getting dressed and everything, getting my son up, and he caught like the very end when like Polaris is kind of like going ham. And then as he was watching it, I was like, all right, fine. So, because it was like, I still had some time before I had to leave. So I threw it up from my phone. I just casted it onto the TV and we watched the end of the episode together.
Nice.
Normally I don't. It's a much more adult show. But at this point, she was fighting a robot. So I was like, it's fine. I have never seen my son so like enamored with something. With like he was just like eyes wide, glued to the TV. And it was so cool to see something just click where you're like, oh, this is his shit. Like he's into this.
Yeah.
Because I picked him up. I said, hey, did you like watching X-Men? And he goes, yeah, I want to watch it again.
Yeah.
So you're right. X-Men 97 was that little bit that my son saw was enough because we watched the first like 2 episodes of the original series and he was into it, man. And I just never imagined because I never really latched onto the X-Men as a kid, but he's into it.
See, I did.
So yeah.
My when my brother and I were growing up, there weren't a lot of comic book stores, like specialty places. So direct market books, we didn't see those. We did see case in point here, you see like the barcode on the front of the comic book. If you had a barcode, you bought that at a newsstand. If you had like a picture of Spider-Man instead of the barcode, you bought it from a direct market comic store, specialty comic store. Okay. So like Marvel had an imprint called Epic, and they did more adult themed stories and whatnot, but they were not available on the newsstand. You had to order them direct. So what we generally got was what we could find at the newsstand.
Yeah.
At the QT, close to our house, they had, one of those things, one of those racks.
Yeah. For me, it would be like grocery stores.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But somehow we were able to get X-Men at enough of a clip that we caught most of the stories. Like I think we got it monthly. And I know my mom got us subscriptions to different titles, and Carter's in the studio. We got subscriptions to different titles. I'm gonna bring Carter on because he can kind of help us talk about that. Carter, what's up, my man? Can we hear you?
Hey. Yeah, can hear you. Can you hear me all right?
We are hearing you good. Everything is loaded in. So we were just talking about direct market and newsstand, and I was talking about how we somehow, I know you at one point had a subscription to X-Men, and I know Mom got us, I think, a couple of New Universe subscriptions.
Yep.
But we had an issue with one of the subscriptions. We got one, and like we never got an issue. I don't even know how it got, or if it ever did get resolved. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I can't remember the title. I think might have been Starbrand.
Yeah.
Or DP7, one of those two. And they
yes.
We got a couple of the issues, and then we didn't see anything else. And Mom was pretty hot because it cost a little bit of money because you paid for the whole year.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah,
and after that, it was, we didn't bother with it again. And I think that was one of those early lessons learned type thing where, the Columbia tape and record club, right? Or the people that come door to door and they'd sell magazine subscriptions.
Yeah.
And it was like, dude, look, no thanks. I great that I get all these 6 cassettes for a penny, but
hey,
I'm out.
We got a good amount of DVDs from Columbia House. So good company for me.
So, no, I'm just saying.
Fun fact for you guys is that I have owned about 7 copies of Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill on CD, and here's why. Because every time I joined that club, that was the one they sent me, and I always forgot to send it back every time. I had like 7 copies for some reason. I was addicted to more than just a couple things. It was also Columbia House.
Dude, you know what the funniest thing is?
I'll find one more penny in this.
And I promise we'll actually talk to our guest about the thing we were going to. But you could always tell which studios put effort into what DVDs for what movies.
Yeah.
Because like some of them, they were literally just cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
With like a little clamp that goes over it to shut the box. But then there's other ones that have like 2-disc DVD, and when you open it up, it's the coolest shit ever.
There's a pop-up inside,
and the menus are animated, and the music is really good on the loop that you'll inevitably hear when you fall asleep. Yeah. DVDs, man.
What
a time.
We went to a this was years ago. We went to like this massive book festival in Chicago. So John Ira Thomas, who's one of my Ecteron crew, and also with Candlelight Press. So we went there, and this was in the early days of when we were, shopping things around, and it was basically a trade show for publishers, and one of the I think Jenny McCarthy was there as a guest. And then
check out my anti-vax book.
This was about the time where things started to go that direction, so we didn't know. But
we didn't know.
We didn't know.
Andrew Wakefield had pulled the wool over all of our eyes.
Like South Park episode.
Anyway.
We didn't listen.
But the reason why I bring up the DVDs is that a small startup studio called Lionsgate was there.
Yes.
And they were just handing out copies of, I don't know what, it was all these movies. Some of them were like, oh, this is kind of cool. But a lot of them were like, all right, I guess. And then when you watched them, they came in that cardboard sleeve, right?
Yeah.
We watched them, and it was like they had this big disclaimer on the, not for resale, do not rent this under penalty of death. And I can't remember what movies there were. I think they had bought RoboCop or some weird thing, but anyway,
they have a assload of titles now.
Yeah. And they were early on, so they were like, we're just poor, and we don't even know what a Hunger Game is. So that was, and side note, that was the weekend that Ronald Reagan passed away.
Oh wow!
Because we're leaving, driving back from Chicago to Iowa, and it was on the radio, and we just passed where there's that sign on 88 where there's a little picture of him, and weird times, man.
Weird times.
The Ronald Reagan station.
Yes.
I think I saw a preview for a movie today where Jeff Daniels plays Ronald Reagan. And
yes.
J.K. Simmons plays who?
I think it's who's the Secretary of State at the time?
It's about the Cold War.
Yeah, and Stellan Skarsgård. No. Richard Harris's son. Crap.
I know what you're talking about.
Jared Harris.
Yeah. Yes.
Is Gorbachev, and it looks like it could be pretty interesting. Looks like they filmed it in Iceland. Yeah. Which was Reykjavik, right? We've been there, and I remember that. I remember that clear as day when that happened. It was so weird because it was like, well, are they going to like fight each other?
Yeah. Well, Nancy,
you want to rumble?
Do you want me to kick his dick in the dirt?
What? You gotta have a better Reagan than that. I says to him, "I'll kick your dick in the dirt."
We did work at WHO. So they had a lot of liners like, let me tell you about what kind of a guy I was before I became a capitalist.
I walked right into that studio and I lit up a cigarette.
Then I did a line up the hooker's bottom.
I'm going to stop myself before I get real stupid. With
so,
I have.
So you're asking me about this something.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, there's a reason why you asked your brother to be on the show, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
What's that?
You have. I thought you were telling me you had a question. I'm sorry, we didn't prepare
giving
for this
it
at
to
all.
you.
One thing I wanted to ask. So, Ecteron, you've had. This is the seventh, I think, sixth book. I'm going to add that to the stage now, so we can see it. Wow. Showdown in South Dakota.
Yep.
Now, one thing that I wanted to talk to you about, because I think it's important to every creator, what they make is how they kind of got started. So I know from talking to mom and dad that, they have both said we had two choices. We could either buy paper for Carter or have stuff on the walls. He was going to draw. So let me ask you, like, do you remember like your first conscious drawing? Like, do you have a memory, like an early memory of like drawing something and going, I'm trying to draw an elephant or whatever? Because like when I started making music, I was well into my teens, so I was, you know, I had that. But you, again, like before you probably knew anything, you were doodling. So do you have that memory, or when's the first time that you were like, either A, I'm good at this, or B, I really like it, or whatever? Like, when was that kind of first memory? Can you have one?
So and you'll have to ask Mom about this, but so the first vivid one that I have was I used to have this stuffed about Yotal, right? About dog, right? And it was like he just kind of sat up, and he kind of looked like the old Fisher Price little people dog. Remember those little wood guys? So he had like the white face with the black ears, kind of a Snoopy look.
Floppy
anyway,
ears.
And I remember I sat down and I looked at him and I drew a picture of him, and it got published somewhere.
Okay.
Like in the newspaper or something. And I was maybe about 4 or 5. I mean, it wasn't that old. I mean, I think I was getting in close to kindergarten, but again, ask her about it, because I remember they photostat, they did a copy of it and put it in. It may not have been the Fargo form. It may have been like a newsletter or something, but
sure.
It was like picture by Carter. And that was like one of my first early memories. And then the second, I've got 3 of them. So there's the second one was Superman 1978 with Christopher Reeve and Gene Hackman and Martin O'Kidder and et cetera. I saw the trailer, and Superman was huge when I was a kid. He still is, right? And I was like, okay, so I'm going to make a Superman comic. And so I drew this. I don't remember how many panels it was. It fit on one page, and I went to Dad's office and I photocopied it and I colored it in. And I said, I've got to get this to somebody in the entertainment business, right? So 1978, and I would have been 7 years old, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to get this to somebody. And so, Mom and Dad, we're living in North Dakota, and it's like, all right, well, Lawrence Welk isn't available and whatever. So I pestered, and they took me to the one of the movie theaters, and I gave this comic to the girl that was working behind the counter. She's probably a teenager, and she was like, I said, I made this comic, and I want you to have it so you can give it to somebody in the movies. And
that's awesome.
And she's like, thanks. But the last one, and I'll make this short. So Empire Strikes Back comes out, and remember the Tauntauns, right? And I'm sitting there like trying like hell to figure out how to draw these things, right? Because
they're weird.
Well, they were weird. They looked like dinosaurs, and they're furry, and they had the horns and all that like junk.
Almost Ice Age looking things.
Yep. And I sat down and I was just getting frustrated. And so Dad sat me down and said, okay, look at, the shape of it and draw it in shapes, right? So, they've got those big honking legs, right? So, make sure that that's a circle, and then, diagram it out on the page, and then worry about all the details. And that was, pretty, that stuck with me, because it was like, okay, this is good advice, and it kept me kind of like, moving along with my skills. So
you've been doing making Ecteron again. This is your 6th Ecteron book, and I think I asked you, Jake was at this too. We had like a comic convention type of thing where I was interviewing you. But tell us again, and this is a new book, Showdown in South Dakota. But tell us again tell our audience here where you got the idea for the giant rooster kaiju. I know from growing up with you that you've had a love affair with kaiju and Godzilla for a long, long, long time. But tell our audience kind of like where the idea for the chicken or the rooster came in.
So, yeah. About 2013, 14, I had been going to G-Fest, which is a convention, Godzilla convention in Chicago.
Yeah.
And I at the time it was like, you made pictures of Godzilla and whoever, and then you just, made, prints of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was doing it, and it was no big whoop-de-doo, right? Well, at some point there were some rumblings that said Toho was not happy with people essentially merchandising
of course
their stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, because one of the so we would go to other conventions, and I said, to kind of like promote my work, I'll just make posters for the shows that we're going to, like related to the city. So like there's a one I did of it was like a mecha tiger thing that we went to Carroll, Iowa, and their high school mascot was a tigers, I think, for instance, right? And so Cedar Rapids, I'm like, well, what the giant
Quaker
with,
dude,
stuff coming out of his ears, right?
Like,
dude, hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out.
Yeah,
oats. No,
anyway,
at the end of this, I'll bring this up because there's an idea that I came up for some kids books, and one of them has to deal with banana bread. So that's along the lines. Anyway.
Nice.
Back to the Quakers.
Yeah, the Quakers.
But I've seen
notorious for kicking.
Kind of
smash.
Yeah, right. Kind of going along with what you're talking about. You have in the books when you go and have your workout at conventions or whatever, you have those pages of like Kansas City where you have like the Royals and the Chiefs and whatnot. And like you've had the Chicago one, and you had like an Iowa one with the Hawkeye and the Cyclone. Was that born out of that too?
Yeah. So it was that same time, right? I was just making them up out of.
It's like pro sports teams. He would make kaijus of each.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, and I'll just one aside is I couldn't figure out what to do with the White Sox, right? Because it was like
giant socks.
It was a hand sock puppet.
Nice.
Big,
which is just awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, so Cedar Rapids rolls around, and there was a show, and one of our Preston Moore, who if I'm gonna probably misquote his title, but he is the lobbyist for the Iowa Humane Society now. But at the time, and he was instrumental in helping get the the animal torture legislation over the line this year. So props to him. But he put together some shows, and one of them was at Nubo District in Cedar Rapids, and they've got a rooster on stuff. And I'm like, well, a rooster, okay. So Ecteron came out of that. I drew this giant rooster stomping across the cityscape with some familiar landmarks around.
Yeah.
And it kind of stuck. People liked it, and they thought it was cool. And I said, well, maybe there's something there. So back to G-Fest, I said, well, maybe I should start just making my own stuff, right? Kaiju comic books, and say, okay, they've got, their limitations on what you can sell. But the comic books are mine. I made them up, and it's related to the genre, right?
Yeah.
So that's where it came from, and I just from there on. So the first issue was published in 2017. The first poster, the first public appearance was 2015. Sorry.
Okay.
Followed up with when it became the Cedar Rapids Comic Con. I did a poster with that, and he was on there as well. So it kind of just came out of that. So mother of invention is necessity. Wait, necessity is the mother of invention.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
There it is.
Necessity. It's a
Got there.
no desperation. It's a stinky cologne.
So I was talking to Tyler about this because I sent him a sketch I did of Doctor Doom.
Yes.
As someone who started, I've made it a point at some point, just maybe subconsciously, to just try drawing, just to draw, because I'd always got in my own head about it and been like insecure about it. So I guess like someone like me who's just learning how to sketch, I'm also thinking I have more artistic ability than I realize. But like someone like me who's pretty new to like drawing all this stuff, do you have any advice for like, other than, keep doing it, but like, are there any things that you would recommend?
Yeah, and I think the first thing is just it should be fun, right? I mean, you can take it as seriously as you want. Excuse me, but it should feel like an expression of how you're feeling, and I always should say fun, like yay, we're going on down a water slide. But I mean, it should be it shouldn't be a torture, right? So draw within your wheelhouse, right? Say, hey, I like to draw pine trees or something, right? And then just kind of use that that comfort zone, and then kind of expand on it, right? So you say, now I'm going to draw a fire hydrant in a house, and just kind of keep working through small details. Don't boil the ocean. You're not going to be Jeff Darrow, right? You're not going to draw a panel from Hard Boiled where it's like bullet casings and screws and shit, stuff. Sorry, pardon my French. But I think if a lot of people, when they sit down and start drawing, they say, well, it's got to be perfect. If it's not good, why am I doing it? And it's like, well, holy smokes, wait a minute. If everybody that made art of any kind had that approach, you wouldn't have art. You wouldn't have. So
Well,
I just forwarded you the message. No, because I'll say this, like, I can draw, but I've never cultivated that skill. So when I'm drawing, I'm sketching. But what Jake was able to do was better than like what I can do. And he's just kind of starting off. So that's why I wanted you to see it.
Oh, yeah. I'd see what you mean, though, because I started.
It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
I couldn't draw Dr.
And
Doom.
that was,
and that's
Dr.
on a
Doom
that's a dry
that's
a dry erase board, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's
and that was all freehand. I just sketched it. But I was gonna say, conversations with you, I was gonna say, were one of the things where it's like that inspired me to do that. It was like reading I always butcher the name. Ecteron. I always mess it up. No, reading that and having conversations with you about just drawing and art and stuff actually has made me want to do that more. And so yeah, that I just wanted to say thanks to that.
No, that's really awesome. I and what always is really cool with people drawing anything, right, is what details that they bring to the page.
Yes.
Like, so you look at that composition, obviously you got the mask and the hood and the eyes and everything, but the rivets, right? The little bolts that he's got on his.
That's what I was most proud of. I'm glad you brought that up, because that's the fun of drawing, is the nerdy things like that. Like, ooh, I made the nuts and bolts look really good. I should show you more. I sketched a.
In my downtime, I feel about a guitar riff.
I was just sketching, because it's.
You hear that guitar lick that I did, man? I'm the same way. Like, did you see how I made it?
But it's like you said. I went in with that expectation. Like, everything that I've drawn, I've never drawn before, and so I went in with that expectation of, I don't want it to be good. I just want to challenge myself. I want to see if I can do it.
We'll talk about that, Carter, because one of my favorite things you've ever done was Man is Vox was the multimedia book that you did where like one issue is like pasta art, the next one is like all charcoal, the next one is those sticker books that we had when we were kids, and you would like, you know, find the particular piece and stick it on the right page, and then the fourth one would be like crayon. As an artist, and people who are watching maybe want to get into it, I would think that doing it, you know, you were talking about draw stuff inside your wheelhouse to start with, but isn't there a point where you just want to go, hey, you got to jump out of your comfort zone and try something? I remember for a while, like watercolors were a big challenge for you, and that's something that you really wanted to master. And I think you have, but that was kind of like, I don't know how, I want to know how. You got to keep doing it. When is that a good thing to do right off the bat? Is that a good thing to do every so often? Is just get shoved outside of your wheelhouse? Like, I've never driven or I've never drawn the Serengeti, but I'm going to try because I should challenge myself type stuff.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's definitely, you know, it's, so, you know, think about other art forms and, you know, musicians and movie makers, you know, authors and things, you know, some of them it's like, hey, it's Tom Clancy, he's gonna write, it's all, you know,
it's all
spies and stuff,
and he's really got the technical shit down.
Right. But you know, there's some authors and nobody's gonna jump right to mind, but I know I'm gonna forget some, but you know, it's like, okay, I'm gonna do a Western, or I'm gonna do a science fiction story, and I've always been kind of like a fan of, you know, when people do kind of do things outside of their comfort zone. Musicians, I think, have probably the greatest place to do that, right? Because it's like, hey, you know, I'm going to do my Chris Gaines album, right? I mean, just to try it out, right? And
God bless him for trying.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's, you know, take some swings for the fences and see how it goes, because it's all, you know, part of that whole love of art. And so, and if it fails, it fails, but you know, like, hey, and I won't fault anybody for trying something new. You know, I think you know, you get some filmmakers that, you know, it's like, okay, they did their big movie thing and they did an independent thing and and those people I really admire, because it's like, you know, they say, I've got this story in me that I want to tell in this way. So yeah.
Speaking of somebody, we'll get to George Lucas here in a second. I want to get your thoughts on that. But the book again, new book out is Ecteron. Go ahead now.
Oh, sorry, I clicked. I was trying to help you.
Showdown in South Dakota is the new Ecteron book. I love the story itself, the main story, but I really want to talk about Adam Mike and the structure versus the Z Hemeths of Omaha, because I told Jake about the Omaha Zoo, and they have Adamax, Adam A, and Adam Mike. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up is because just the whole idea of the story and like the way it's structured and everything, like when I read comics, I want to have fun. I want to be entertained. There's a lot of comic books out there that are kind of seem to sacrifice fun for just these intricate, you know, like this is a fun plot. These aliens come to Earth, they mutate these animals at the zoo, and these guys who are kind of kaiju type guys, they got to fight them. Like it's I like that there's just that whole, like, this is just kind of a closed story and it is about fun. Tell me about Adam Mike and like where those guys came from. I know I've seen them before in Ecteron books.
Yeah, so Adam Mike actually originated before Ecteron. There was a book that I did. It was an art book called Monster Maker, right? It was just a series of pictures that I made up with, you know, some of these kaiju that I've been making. And I thought, well, I need to have a Jet Jaguar Ultraman type of guy in there, because those types of characters are awesome and cool.
Yeah.
And so I did this, drawing of him. I didn't have any ideas about his backstory or any of that stuff, right? I just said this is going to be kind of a cool thing. So when I made the first Ecteron comic, I said, okay, so you've got Lagaxdu, which is this giant lizard, ancient lizard thing, and then you've got Ecteron, and then there has to be like in this trifecta of chaos, you have to have a third party. And so I said, well, how about I bring him off the page of that one book and into this? And I said, okay, so let's make him a guy that morphs into this he's kind of a mech, but it's Ultraman. I mean, it's all that stuff, and
that's what I liked about it, is like we're just having fun with stuff that we like,
Yeah,
right. Yeah. There used to be, and I'd be remiss for not bringing it up, but Spectreman was the biggest influence. Ultraman obviously is got a lot of sway, especially with when we bring in Animax and Anim May. But yeah, they basically work for this this organization that has been helping maintain and monitor and protect the Earth from various threats throughout history, and it's just now that they've got these 3 agents that have these abilities to change into these giant robot guys and fight things. So yeah,
I like it. But to me, that's what makes your comics so much fun, is that they're entertaining. That's, to me, when you're making them, that's your first thought. I want to make sure this is entertaining and that it's fun to read. So I like that a lot about your books.
Thanks. Yeah, I try to make sure that I don't like cliffhangers, and I take that back. I do like cliffhangers. I do like books that continue through, but and this is not a knock against any new comics, because the art form evolves and changes and all that stuff, right?
So we'll do enough of that later.
Yeah. But it's like back in the day, you talk about the original part of the conversation where we're getting subscriptions, or we got them off the newsstand, right? You didn't have at least where we were from an LCS, right? I mean, you had the Stop and Go.
Yeah,
Fargo,
Quick Trip is where we went.
And I said a grocery store. That's where I would get magazines and comics.
Yeah, and so if you missed an issue, who knows what happened to Spider-Man? Well, back in the old days, and I did walk 20 miles both ways to school in a snowstorm, barefoot. But
that's right.
Yeah. But in the old days, it's like, okay, there would be a dun 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 at the end of the issue, but when you got to that dun dun dun, in that part, you had a beginning, middle, and end of the story, right?
Yep.
Peter Parker shows up, the Lizard is there, Stegron is there. At the end of the issue, Stegron has brought these skeletons of dinosaurs back to life, but all the way up to that point, it starts in the middle and it ends, and the end is where it jumps off to the next chapter.
We talked about that with Fantastic Four when we did the Galactus issue, like with Stan Lee. You're right. We did criticize the book because the way it ends isn't good. But you're right. It ends and then immediately starts setting up the next Fantastic Four story. So I definitely remember seeing stuff like that.
Half of there's the trilogy, the Silver Surfer trilogy, if you will. Those 3 issues. The 3rd issue, the first half is
Ultimate Nullifier.
The Ultimate Nullifier. Hey, Jack, I had this idea for a thing called the Ultimate. We do a parody. Anyway, but then the second half of the book is, because it ends, and then Johnny Storm goes to college for the second half. Yeah,
I forgot about that. But
Galactus, Silver Surfer, no biggie. I got to get to class. Like, what the?
So yeah, that was our Stan Lee. Jack,
Nice.
as always, he's doing a bump.
Jack, I want you to do a bump, and then I want you to make something called Iron Man.
Carter, have you heard Rob Liefeld's voice?
Yeah, because yes, I have. And a quick story.
So let me tell you something, Carter. Dude, how good is the Rob Liefeld voice here? Because I'm going to be talking about Bad Rock. I freaking hate that guy. I'm just kidding.
This is 501, man. He's got a camera in his hat. You remember that? So that was
young blood.
I wish we should have planned this out and had him be here the whole show, because then we could have had him talk about Bad Rock. Because
I want to hear his Rob Liefeld story, because it's.
Oh, you have a Rob Liefeld story?
Yeah,
I do. Well, so this was back in the 1990s.
Okay.
Mark Waid was on the Captain America book, and he had done this fantastic job of bringing the character along in the books he was writing, and everybody loved it. Right? It got huge acclaim. So this was just right before they did Heroes not Reborn, but the Onslaught, right? So they wiped out all the mains, and then they dumped them off into Image 1.0, right?
Yeah, they brought everybody back and like, we'll let them have free reign.
Yep. And so Rob Liefeld got Captain America, and everybody's like, ugh. And
infamous Image. So I was thinking, how big of a chest muscles could I make them? And then I just kept going, and I kept going, and I kept going.
Yep. Wow, that's a lot of chest.
All of a sudden, he has E-cups.
I was looking at some babes. He's also a sleazebag, apparently, in my impersonation.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna get in trouble. So anyway,
he didn't say this. I said
no, I know. But so Chicago Comic-Con, Rob Liefeld and Mark Waid are there as guests, and as they have there, they've got a celebrity dunk tank for charity.
Oh boy.
So Rob is there in the tank.
Oh.
And here comes, and you could buy, I don't know, it was like, 3 baseballs for $5, and chuck it, right?
Mm.
So Mark Waid was famous for showing up at conventions with the Captain America shield, a full replica, and he'd haul that thing around. He'd wear it on his back and had the straps and everything, right?
Awesome.
That's kind of awesome.
It is. I mean, he was the guy. I mean, he
was living it.
He was living it. But so we're all sitting there, in the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center there in Rosemont, and Rob's in the tank, and here comes the crowd kind of parts, and here comes Mark Waid, and he's bought a bucket of baseballs.
Oh my god.
And he's got the shield on his back, and everybody was like, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. But yeah, so
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Rob, we will
good times.
We will be talking about,
I want to be clear.
Yeah.
I would never, I'm just having fun. If Rob Liefeld, this would never reach him. But if it ever did, Rob, come on, be a good sport, man.
Cause parts. And I think it was I think it wasn't like something like that, but everybody kind of it was there was
understood.
It seems like it was good-hearted fun.
It was, and it was for charity, right? So but yeah,
real quick.
Yeah.
I think we should probably wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go with the last
real
one.
Quick, I just had a quick question for you. As someone who's also an aspiring comic book creator, when your script, it's probably different for you since you're drawing and writing. Do you script everything out, and if you do, is there a certain way you do it?
Not really. I mean, I usually start with an idea for the story, and then I usually have like a rough outline, very rough, right? Because it's all in my head, right? And then I just start, laying it out, right? I've got specific story beats that I want to do within the book or the story, and I try to put those in there, and then I just kind of string it along. finish the art, and then usually it goes off to John Ira Thomas, and he does the scripting, right? The what's coming out of their mouths specifically with my notes, and so it goes that way. And then this last issue, that second story, Adamike and the Structure versus the Behemoths of Omaha. I did the scripting all on my own because I was like, well, there was a time crunch because I wanted to have this ready for the summer, and it worked out, and it was, it's a 12-pager, so it wasn't writing War and Peace. So
I should show you, because I've been trying to, and with this drawing, I've been thinking about trying to concept art and do stuff myself. But I should show you some of the scripts, because I'm like, to the level that I write comic scripts, I'm like, I'm sure an artist would read this and be like, what are you doing? Because I'm like, panel 1 wide.
Are we looking at a collaboration?
The person
being born.
But I write it like it's a movie, though. So like when I write my panels out, because I'm trying to give it the most description, so I'm like, they're looking at the reader, point of view as at the reader. They're seeing the, like all these other things. But
that's why I like writing songs, because you don't really have to tell. You can do a story song, but honestly, if you have a couple of verses and a couple of choruses, who gives a shit what the words are?
I don't know. I also think it's fun because it helps me compartmentalize what I'm trying to do. And you could probably say that too, because you have a page count, you have panels, and you have to kind of think it out.
Yeah, no, I think that the what you're describing as far as a script, that is a great way to help the artist with understanding what you're seeing in your mind when you're putting this down. I think every script is different. Every writer is different in their approach. I think there are some people that have little to no description of what they want. And then there's writers that have, like Alan Moore, notes and sub notes and indexes.
I want to do an Alan Moore.
Sorry. You got the beard.
Immaculate about some notes.
You gotta get your hair.
Oh yeah.
Grow it out.
I think everything is rubbish.
I love you, little Lulu.
I wrote a book about Cthulhu.
I'm going to reboot.
Are you afraid of the squid
Blondie, the American comic strip? It's going to be very dark.
He did write some weird shit, man. I'm sorry.
Every one of Dagwood's sandwiches is made with human flesh. What the hell, Alan? Anyway, Carter Allen
satiates the blood god.
The sheep's blood.
So what was this George Lucas thing you were going to ask me about?
So
I know you're almost out of time. I know what you're talking
good.
about, but
so tell us what you think.
He's pro AI.
Can we just go ahead and just write off George Lucas now and say thanks for the memories and get the hell out of here?
You could do that. But George has always been that guy, right? Yeah. He's always been like in love with the newest gizmo. And
no, we need George.
I mean, you think about.
I love the newest technologies.
The
AI is cool.
If you look if you Google it, there's a I can't remember what it was, but it was when they invented the morphing technology.
Yeah.
Right? So and there's
James
a picture
Cameron or whatever.
Yeah, they didn't remember it was for Willow. They
okay.
The sorceress changes in all these animals that came out of that, but at some point they were able to computerize it, and there's just this footage of him. It's like he morphs into a video camera, and so he's always been that guy, right?
Sure.
So I'm not really shocked that he said what he said. I think he probably could have done it, said it a little differently, because I think in his mind it's okay. I don't want to, I know I'm short on time, but there's two things in the world. One is automation, and one is slop. The I would want to find out for sure, or say, okay, are you talking about like something that's going to automate a process, or are you talking about something that's going to make Yoda rapping, right?
Yes.
Because I think that there's in Hollywood,
Mhm.
I think that there's some of this technology, not all of it that they're talking about. There's a lot of it that's just the bad stuff, right? That we all are not fans of. But I think anyway, so yeah, write him off or not. He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Well, I said that. I said last week. Look, George, you have all this money. Just shut up.
Yeah.
Just shut up and enjoy your money.
If somebody asks you a question, you go, "I have no opinion."
Yeah,
I'm gonna go off on my speedboat with these 8 babes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not defending him or anything like that because I mean he's a big boy and he's a billionaire, right? But actually, I think he gave a lot away to charity. But
good.
Scorsese said it, Cameron said it. It's so it's kind of like I would think that maybe it's like he's 80 years old, man. He's got his opinions and yeah, I don't know. I don't
love
think...
Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson is the future, and they just wrote it wrong.
He's one of the best in the game.
Yeah. Who knows? I don't know.
George Lucas loves AI. Who doesn't love the question?
Yeah.
The answer.
Anyway,
Carter, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because I guess you had to end on that. Really.
Yeah, no. I mean, again, I think, thanks for the memories, and
where can people get your book, man?
Yes.
Good question. Well, right now, I think I haven't gotten them in their hands yet, but I think Mayhem is going to have some.
Cool.
Here in Des Moines, local shop.
Yep. And then beyond that, it's going to be at shows. A lot of my comics are just at shows, just because of the page count and distribution.
Yeah.
But this will be in the Omnibus Volume 2, which will be coming out probably next year, and so that'll have a lot of these smaller books collected, and you can get that wherever books are sold. So
sweet.
Awesome, man.
Love you, man.
Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely.
Do I just hit this button that does this thing that does?
Hold on,
yeah. What? Oh,
we got to make that tabletop football game.
Oh yeah.
Don't think I forgot.
I know.
So yeah, we'll take you off the stage. But thanks for being on with us, and we'll have you on again, of course. Just talk comics.
Perfect. Hey, we gotta have you on for Godzilla -0 when that comes.
Yes,
because we had you on for -1.
Yeah. We'll all go to the movie. Yeah. All right, man.
Peace out.
Love you, Carter.
Yep, love you, man.
That was Carter.
And I think
couple commercials.
We went a little long there in that segment, but that's fine. We're gonna play some ads.
I like talking to my brother. I
love your brother. What's wrong with that?
No, I'm saying like he lives in town. I just don't see him a lot because of our different schedules. And like when I do get to talk to him, like before I know it, it's like, an hour later.
Oh, I know. We were just having so much fun, and I'm like, oh man, it's 40. We got so much other shit to talk about.
So we're gonna do a couple ads, and when we get back, we'll talk
Avengers Doomsday and Clayface.
97.
All that
Might have to cut some comics, but whatever. We're gonna talk Clayface too.
We'll figure it.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back.
In the heart of Des Moines, one name stands above the rest. Step inside, where tradition still matters. Warm, familiar, unmistakably Iowa, where every guest is welcomed like family. Service that's personal and never rushed. Fresh starts made daily. Iowa beef, hand-seasoned. Guided by fire, built on flavor. Served with pride. A bar as bold as the menu. Featuring the old-fashioned we're known for. A place that stays with you long after the night ends. Iowa Beef Steakhouse, 1201 East Euclid Avenue, Des Moines. Steak done right. Not every animal gets a fair shot, but that's exactly what Animal Lifeline of Iowa is here to change. Since 1986, they've been stepping in for the ones who need it most. Injured, abused, orphaned, and special needs cats and dogs across Iowa. This isn't just a shelter, it's a lifeline. As Central Iowa's only no-kill shelter dedicated to special needs animals, They provide life-saving care, rehabilitation, and the opportunity for every animal to find a forever home, no matter how long it takes. But here's the deal. They can only save as many lives as the community supports. So get involved. Donate online. Hit up the Animal Lifeline thrift store, where every purchase fuels their mission. Or, better yet, find your next best friend and adopt. Because every tail wag, every purr, starts with someone like you. Animal Lifeline of Iowa, where we provide much-needed TLC and a safe space until they find their home.
And we are back.
Good thing your mic was muted. He's hacking
up. Hey, speaking of hacks, let's just get this out of the way.
Oh, what are you going to talk about my comic book?
Yeah. Bad Rock #1.
What is there to say about Bad Rock?
Rob Liefeld's Bad Rock. Liefeld, and I feel for the guy who
draw that.
Seth DeMoose. Let me say something.
Let me just say, what do you think of my book, man?
I think Morgan Wallen sucks a fat one. If he came to me and he was like, "Hey man, I really like what you've been doing. I really want to help your career. How would you like to do a collaboration with me?" I would be really stupid not to say yes. Because that'd be huge exposure for me, right? So I can't crap on Seth DeMoose, because I would have said the same thing. But man, just stop making comic books, Rob. Just stop.
Because what even is this? Why is every character he make talk like Deadpool?
I don't know.
Is that the only thing he can do?
Yes.
And he has. By the way, I want to say don't knock the hustle, but when this fucker puts his own YouTube channel on the T-shirt of a comic book character in the comic book that he is writing, kind of lame.
When Youngblood,
go check it out. It's on YouTube.
When Youngblood came out back in the day, the whole Image thing happened. It was like, okay, cool. Like Lee knew what he was doing, even though Wildcats is really derivative X-Men, and McFarlane knew what he was doing with Spawn. Larson knew what he was doing with Savage Dragon. He's still doing that.
Yeah, I know.
Both
of them, Spawn and Savage.
Right. It's just like, hats off to you. But I remember I saw and I was like, oh, Bedrock, that's a cool name for a character. And then we got the issue. And again, here's the thing about Youngblood is it was like 9 or 10 people on a fucking team. And issue 1 dealt with like 4 of them. And then issue 2 didn't come out for like 6 months. So there's not a lot of fucking, the audience is not really able to get behind this shit. And then we found out after like 9 months that the character's name was actually Bad Rock. And it was like, you just fucking suck. Bedrock is cool. Why do you gotta be all 90s Mountain Dew extreme make it
because then you would think he was good. Yeah, we're not really talking about Bad Rock.
Yeah. What an original idea for a character where a little kid
becomes a superhero. Shazam! But now he's a teenager.
So anyway, my head will literally explode.
So we're not going to talk about that, but we are going to be talking about Avengers Doomsday. We saw the first trailer. I want to pop up. There we go. So that's the big image everybody wants to talk about. But so I thought we were not going to see this trailer until Comic-Con, which is this coming weekend, because they have a big Hall H thing. So that makes me think they're going to show something really fucking crazy at Hall H that they're not going to release to the public. Or somebody's going to have it on a potato quality on their phone. So they just dropped this shit on a Monday. They just said, boom, here we go. Here's the first Doomsday trailer. I saw it. I have never clicked on something so fast. And then I immediately saved the link and sent it to like 7 people. I'm like,
I was one of them.
I was like, holy fucking shit, we're fucking back. Because I mean, there's just so much theories that are coming out of this of talking with friends and just coming with different ideas. We're just speculating, and we have got 5 more months of this. I'm fuck. It's just smart right before Spider-Man to drop this, because I'm already was gonna see Spider-Man, but I'm even more excited to see Spider-Man, just because I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to see some of these characters again in a few more months and all that. But we'll talk about the accent, but the tone was awesome. The score was awesome. I love that Thor is leading the Avengers now because he's the only one left. Yeah. What'd you think?
I loved every minute of it. I'm gonna take that off.
Leave it up. It's a cool image. No.
I like that we don't really get like a good solid look at Doctor Doom, really. Which is fine with me. I kind of don't want to see him fully on screen until I see the movie, honestly.
Yeah, and I think that would be smart.
Yeah,
to not show him.
Yeah. I mean, look, Thor is basically saying, "Hey guys, I fought with people who were stronger than you against a threat that was much less than this.
Well,
and they're dead.
Yeah.
So sack up, motherfuckers!"
Well, and I love, because if you remember, last December, a year out from this movie, they had those 3 separate teasers. And one of them, Thor is praying to Odin.
Yep.
And I remember people talk about that because that's the most desperate Thor has sounded in these movies. And yeah, at this point of this speech, we don't know where it is in the movie, but we know leading up to this movie, think about everything that this guy has lost. He lost his best friend in Cap. He lost all of his best friends on Asgard, the Warriors 3. He lost his brother multiple times.
In the fucking shittiest way possible, Taika Waititi.
By the way, as far as he knows, Loki is still dead.
Yes.
He doesn't know about all the Loki show. His dad's dead. His mom's dead. His homeland is gone. He has nothing. And that's why he's having this speech of like, look, man, we're fucked. We're doomed. Because I love that, because it pans to the new Avengers and Cap.
Well, it's
Sam.
Fantastic Four. It's the new Avengers. It's the Avengers, whoever you want to call them, whatever. I think we didn't see her in it, but I'll bet you America Chavez shows up somehow. My theory,
I feel like she has to, because it's clearly the end of the multiverse saga.
My theory is that I've read somewhere that Doctor Doom and Fantastic Four are friends. That's why we don't see him in the first movie. And something happens which causes them to create a rift. And what I think happens is that an incursion is happening. Doctor Doom tries to stop it. He ends up destroying their universe.
And I think that's what disfigures him too, maybe. So I'm with you on that tip, because I think that's his whole thing. And it's like, that's why he says, and I think when it happens, that's why we get that moment in the trailer.
You're faced with that.
There's a choice
decision.
Yeah.
Unthinkable decision. Because that's how we're going to relate to him. Like they got us to relate to Thanos.
Oh, yeah. And I love the fact that I know that we're out of formula because we're going to be at 6 movies at this point, but I like that they did change this formula, because those first 2 Avengers movies, it's boom, they're done, they win, it's over. But I like that they introduced the idea that they can lose, they go back to fix things, but it's not still 100% the same. And now we're seeing the same thing here, where it looks like they're going to lose and they're going to get their asses kicked. And then, because here's my theory, piggybacking off what you said. So then he says, no, we need to create all these incursions to cleanse all timelines, and we need one timeline, like what the TVA was trying to do.
Yep.
So he's doing all that. Thor gets the new Avengers, Fantastic Four, everybody to fight, Namor, Black Panther, all of them to fight Doom. They get fucked.
Yeah.
And Cap shows up at the end because Loki sees this and says, I have to intervene, and steps in and goes and drops that Cap. So I don't think he's Hydra Cap because Hydra Cap wouldn't be worthy.
No, he would not. Because Hydra Cap's a fucking Nazi.
But didn't they prove that he really wasn't in that storyline?
Whatever.
It's Secret Invasion. I don't remember.
Fuck the guy who
regardless,
wrote it. Fuck the guy who wrote it. Because honestly,
so
Hydra
you on the
Cap
same
is a
idea
stupid
that you,
fucking character.
I think you're on the same thing where I think Thor is at his lowest. He's prayed to Odin. They've lost to Doom. And that's when Loki gives him Cap. And he says, this is impossible.
We need something.
Could we also look at it as maybe that's not really Steve Rogers? That's James Rogers or whoever, him and Black Panther's kid. Is it James?
You mean him and
Black Widow? Black Widow. You know what?
T'Challa?
But you know what I'm talking about.
Him and Peggy Carter.
I thought it was Black Widow. I might think it was somebody different.
But Peggy Carter.
But what I'm saying is, could it not be Steve and could it be their kid from another universe?
Yes.
Maybe.
Sure.
Because he would still be worthy because he's Steve Rogers' kid and he's along the same tip.
My thinking is that I don't want to talk about it.
I just think that's what
so
happens
good.
is Steve really shows up at the end.
Looks really good.
And then all this stuff happens in Secret Wars. Because I think
and that's the soft
I
reboot.
think where we saw the Marvels, that universe with the X-Men.
Yep.
What we're seeing in the trailers is the incursion.
Yep.
And I think this is it, by the way. I think this movie is going to be them completely closing the book on all of it and being like, you're not going to see Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen and these characters anymore.
I'll bet you anything that's a 10-minute sequence and that's all we see of those X-Men.
I don't think they would market it the way they do and push the X-Men as hard as they are with 97 and how much they're pushing those characters in Marvel Rivals. I don't think they would. I think the X-Men...
Would you be surprised if we go see the movie and it's like a 10-minute sequence where they go, bye?
No, but I think what's really going to happen and what we might see is Doomsday is him going and doing these incursions and fucking all these people up, and they only come together. All that stuff that we're seeing in the trailers at the end, after they got destroyed by Doom, and they're all forced to come together because they're jumping to other universes to escape him.
We'll see.
How do you think they're going to handle his sorcery?
I don't know.
I think they're going to do the blueprint, though, like you were saying.
Well, we didn't see Doctor Strange once. There's thought that Doctor Strange is working with Doctor Doom in this movie somehow.
Or maybe he doesn't show up until Secret Wars. I don't know. But like you were also what we were saying earlier, I do like it that it's doing the Infinity War Endgame method because I want like Infinity people. I love both, and I love it. Endgame for that one particular last fucking 40 minutes is incredible. There is an argument to be made that Infinity War is the better movie because it's a Thanos movie.
There's an argument to be made that The Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars movie. Why? Because it doesn't have a happy ending.
And it's a Thanos movie. And I think Doomsday is going to be a Doctor Doom movie. And I think it's going to be everybody being afraid of him and then having to do what they did in Endgame with like the time travel shit. Could we? No, it's not going to do Battle World, but that would be cool.
We will do a Battle World next movie.
You think so?
Secret Wars.
You really? No, I don't think it's doing the classic one. I think it's doing.
No, I don't think so either. I think it's doing the newer one where Doom's in charge of everything, but there was still a Battle World. It was an amalgamation, amalgamated world made up of different pieces of different timelines.
Huh? We read that on the show. There's a miniseries. So yeah, we're fucking stoked. Can't wait.
X-Men 87.
Real quick. Clayface trailer dropped.
Sure.
Very brief, and it gave me everything I needed to know. I think it was very smart to take this character and do a body horror movie. And I don't think
there's a lot of places you can go with this type of movie and this type of character, which is great. if you're looking at like, hey, this is a standalone movie about, and it just happens to be this character, like, okay, but you're trying to horn it into this thing and blah 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 blah, and it's the same character from Creature Commandos. And when did Creature Commandos take place on the timeline?
Okay, so they cleared that up. Clayface takes place before Creature Commandos.
Right. But how much farther before? Because by the time we see him in Creature Command, I just, you know me.
He has
you
full
know me,
control
I
over
think-
it in Creature Commandos. Yeah.
I just think James Gunn.
So,
But I love the idea of the movie, and I'm excited to see.
oh, real quick,
Yep.
I wanted to say, Avengers Doomsday had over 500 million views across all platforms.
I don't.
And
doubt it.
people think, and people are like, "Oh, the MCU is dead." Okay. So yeah, I mean, again, I think it's what we're going to be looking for. I think it's going to be a standalone, character-driven comic book movie.
Sure.
It is a little funny to me that it only happens with DC villains, you know, because they did it with Joker.
Right.
And now they're doing it with Clayface. And how is it that DC manages to pull off Batman villain movies without Batman in them, but Sony could never fucking figure that out with Spider-Man?
I think
Because Batman has better compelling villains, maybe. I don't know.
Well, first problem you had was you involved Jared Leto in one of them. So what were they again? They were it was Morbius,
Craven,
Craven,
Venom made money. Venom was successful. They had 3 movies.
That's because they had fun with it. Also, I don't care.
That third one was awful.
Fuck you, Sony.
Yeah. All right. X-Men 97, season 2, episode 6. I don't have a title.
I thought for a second this was going to be an episode of Charles Xavier just kicking ass, like on his own. I honestly thought this was going to be an episode of this is how capable Charles is on his own.
I love how like you had that bottle episode with Wolverine, and then how they handled the fallout from episode 4 with it being the Danger Room and him constantly just living that over and over and over again. I love that. And I love that the Danger Room almost killed him. Because like I think the Danger Room was responding to him and being like, okay, so you want to die.
Yeah.
I'll just have him stomp you.
Yeah.
And then like how that develops into this whole story. Like I think this episode in this season is just continues to be top notch, man.
First of all, you're giving me the fucking Grant Morrison costumes. What the
the
fuck?
X-Corp reveal. Oh,
I just there's nothing off limits to this comic this cartoon.
Show. Yeah.
There's nothing off limits. If it's in the X-Men lore, you might see it. Don't be surprised. You will be, because the way these folks are writing this show is just like, holy shit. Like, did you just say X-Corp? First I'm watching the show and they show them in Genosha and they got the fucking Grant Morrison costumes on, like the black leather,
the yellow jacket.
Oh, dude. And I'm just like,
well,
yeah, you know, like what the, why? I don't know, but fuck yeah.
I think it's, oh, dude, you know what this means? We're gonna get Havoc Cyclops fight, probably.
And you had all those beautiful Easter eggs when Professor X is talking to the students. You got Dupe in the audience. You got Bird Boy or Beak or
I wanted to talk about, because Polaris gets a lot of the focus this episode.
Quentin Quire is in there.
That's why she's on the screen. But I really like how they handled the loss of Magneto from Charles' perspective and Polaris's perspective, because both of them clearly have complicated relationships. I mean, yeah, it would probably be really fucking hard to be the daughter of Magneto. Let's be honest.
A little bit.
And I think that we are getting to an era in the X-Men lore where we can start to be like, I got to be honest, Charles and Magnus are fucking, right? Like,
so
no,
hang
I'm
on.
kidding.
No.
No.
Let's remove this
Time out.
and let's look at us. Do you want somebody down the road to be like, they're good friends? They've been good friends forever. They got to be.
No, because you know why? I was
What?
trying to work in an Onslaught
Oh.
reference, but
because they are funny.
no, but I have been seeing people online being like, were they together? Because there's always been that like, will they, won't they? I'm joking. They're not fucking. But I have been fortunate in my life right now that I have not had a very, very close friend like that die.
Yeah.
So I probably would go through the same sort of emotional trauma he is, like, because he's clearly defeated by this. He knows 100% that they created Apocalypse and they were always going to create this. This was always going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he gets a lot of character growth in this episode because I think by the end of the episode, you're seeing him back to being the Charles he used to be.
Mm.
And I got to be honest, maybe it's because my son was watching it with me. But at the end of the episode, when Polaris is like finally reaching her full mutant potential, and he's like, oh, it was so good. Because all that trauma that Charles has, and he gets to express it in such a beautiful way with Magneto's daughter, and being like, I didn't know him as well as you did. And him saying, then let me help you, and putting memories of his friend into her and helping her unleash. Like, it was just so good.
My favorite part was when they showed her using her power, they used that binaural green. So like you have basically a comet and then a comet and they're together.
Yeah.
The symbol of her power, like Charles has his, no, not that, but
no,
Charles,
I know. I just wanted to put her up
yeah,
because I love her design in this.
Charles has, the
little blue thing.
Yeah. And then Magneto,
Jean does it.
They all have different, right. And hers was the green radiating. And that's exactly the style of her power, like in the comics.
Yeah.
It's that attention to detail that they have that is so.
And again, I just love her design, like the green hair and like that, like
she's okay.
The glow effect and all that.
She's always been kind of a D-lister in the X-Men universe.
Well, it's nice to see her get some shine and then kind of be a Magneto stand-in. But yeah, that scene, man, when he, because it is a beautiful sequence of Charles honoring the memory of his friend and telling his friend's daughter, like, you've got his blood, you can do this. I watched that motherfucker contain a black hole.
Yeah,
you can do this. And again, maybe it's because I had this cool, maybe I'm a softie because I'm a dad and I'm older, but like, it was oddly kind of a really cool sequence to see with my kid because I don't know how much of that he's taking in because he's probably just seeing all this on screen being like, holy crap, what's this? Because I was doing the same thing. But it was just a really cool moment. And even before, that's the beauty of this show is it packs in those big emotional moments also with some really fucking cool action sequences. Because like that fight when she we've seen it in the trailer, but seen it in action, they're like, she knows every move, not this one. And Jean just makes this telekinetic claws, like, oh yeah, it was so good. And then he shoots the fucking lasers through it, and it's concussive blasts.
Yeah, they're made of heat.
So real quick, we talked about that. Watching that, I went back and watched the original run, the first couple episodes. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. I will say, you're right. The love and care that is put into this show, X-Men 97, I went back, watched the first 2 episodes, and they fit so perfectly together. Like the animation is obviously updated and better, but like you and I were talking, the art style is the same. Like it's very much in the same.
And your point, the fact that it's 10 episodes instead of 22, and technology has changed a lot too. I mean, they don't have to farm stuff out to animation studios in like Asia and stuff.
The first thing he did though, when he saw that, he was like Cyclops. And then when he shows up in the first episode, it's actually pretty badass because he shows up. It is a Sentinel chasing Jubilee, and he shows up and it shoots at him and he goes, "Oh, concussive blast, huh? How about you get one from a professional?" He chops this fucking Sentinel's head off in one beam. I'm like, that's a pretty badass entrance. And then my son just goes, chop his head off. Nice.
Nice.
I'm like, it's just a robot. Oh, I didn't have the board. Sorry.
We'll call it up. We have time.
I can't do this right now.
I can't do this right now.
Do we have any more ads?
We do. We have 4 more. We're gonna do.
Yeah, because I think we'll kind of.
We'll do a couple more ads, and we'll come back with our books.
We gotta go to Dave's Hot Chicken because they got X-Men 97 toys
tonight.
No, not right.
On the show.
No.
We have a remote at Dave's Hot Chicken.
No. Well, I'm just saying, my son is obsessed with Cyclops right now.
Okay.
So I gotta get that
figure.
Just
buy him a toy, but yeah. I don't see Dave's Hot
Dude,
Chicken.
have you seen the headset?
Advertising
have you
on our
seen
show.
the Cyclops headset?
So we can just go get a toy from JCD and Hobby.
Bluetooth headset. All right, we got to play some ads.
Stick around.
Buying or selling a home is one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make. That's why choosing the right real estate team matters. The Jenny Farrell team with RE/MAX Concepts has been helping families across the Des Moines metro find the right home since 1998. Born and raised right here in the community, Jenny understands the neighborhoods, the market, and what truly makes a house feel like home. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading your space, or preparing to sell, the Jenny Farrell team provides expert guidance every step of the way, from market analysis and listings to negotiations and closing. Their consultative approach means you'll feel confident, informed, and supported throughout the entire process. Jenny Farrell Team, RE/MAX Concepts. Call or text 515-779-7500. Visit jenniferfarrell.remax.com. Experience you can trust. Results you can move into.
Whiskey lovers, get ready for the ultimate experience at Whiskey Fest 2026. From exclusive tastings and live music to unforgettable networking and premium pours, this is the can't-miss whiskey event of the year. Kick things off Thursday, October 1st with the Women in Whiskey Dinner at River Center DSM. Then Friday night, October 2nd, enjoy the VIP whiskey tasting event at the Meridian in West Des Moines. The celebration wraps up Saturday, October 3rd, with the whiskey tasting main event featuring incredible brands, bold flavors, VIP early entry, and more. To top it off, Old Man Strength will be broadcasting live Friday night from the VIP event. Raise your glass and join the experience at Whiskey Fest 2026.
What happens when Iowa grain meets world-class craftsmanship? At Revelton Distilling Company, every bottle begins right here in the heartland. From locally sourced Iowa corn and rye to the final pour, our grain-to-glass process ensures exceptional quality in every sip. Whether you're enjoying our award-winning mulberry gin, smooth honey whiskey, or rich whiskey and cream liqueur, you're tasting the best of Iowa in every bottle. And now, Revelton can ship directly to 48 states across the country. Visit ReveltonDistillery.com and have Iowa's finest delivered right to your door.
Back.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
It's comic book time.
Comic book time.
All right. First up, we got Doom Quest number 2.
Doomcope is German for stupid.
Written by Ryan North, Francesco Mobili on artist. Frank de Armada was the colors.
Yeah.
We got Travis Landman on letters and Alex Ross We can tell. Alex Ross on the cover.
Can I see that real quick? The only names we need are Ryan North, Francesco Mobili, and Frank D'Armata, because those are the ones that appear on the cover.
Well, I was just saying that Alex Ross.
I don't
did the
give a
cover.
fuck who does the letters.
I know. I'm saying
Oh, the
Alex
cover.
Ross did the cover because you like Alex Ross. I still have that Alex Ross poster you gave me.
Oh yeah,
It's behind you.
yeah.
We should try and put that up on the set.
You start talking about the book. Watch this.
All right. So Doom's Quest is a story about how Dr. Doom got jealous that Reed Richards said he pretty much invented time travel. So then Dr. Doom said, "Bitch, I'll do it, and I'll do it better." And then Reed Richards says, "I bet you would." Oh, it's so close. You gotta like put it like on the top of the. I apologize to our audio listeners. Oh no, that's so good. Oh no. Well, so.
And I lost a fucking flip flop.
I love how it's just a tiny little daredevil. Yar. Anyway, so Reed Richards throws him back in time onto the Titanic to stop him from doing dastardly deeds.
Right.
So at that point, Dr. Doom is like, all right, fine. So then he learns about this and commandeers the ship and averts them from knows what's going to happen. So he tries to avert the iceberg. And then what happens here?
Yeah,
no, he realizes that you need to drive into it and not turn away from it is what happened.
It's Doom's version of Groundhog Day.
So yeah, at this point he realizes he dies because he gets shot by the cops or by the National Guard or whatever, and then he comes back in the same exact spot that he was in, and then he learns he's in a time loop. So then he keeps Groundhog Day killing.
Now he's got to
himself.
figure out how to break the time loop, and to break the time loop.
This is the type of shit where you can tell Ryan North has been writing Fantastic Four for a while. He's been writing Doctor Doom for a while because he writes such fucking hilarious. Like, I love how masturbatory Victor Von Doom is. Okay, because he's he's drowning, and he's committed to this because he's like, I got to keep dying to figure this thing out. So he goes, all that is, but wait, it is desperate, mad, pitiful, futile, hope for miracle, as gasping for air. And it is all succumb to moments before their death. All that is but doom. For doom does not panic, and doom most certainly does not succumb. Soon my lungs will burn. Soon each lung in my body will be screaming for oxygen. But doom is never without his will. And thus I deny Reed Richards and death their drowning if their lungs are to be found.
Oh!
Yeah.
You should see this place.
I say that I make that joke with love because, by the way, he's a villain. He's a villain. He's a piece of shit. So I love that Ryan North writes that masturbatory dialogue in a monologue because that's Doom. If a motherfucker refers to himself in the third person, he's got problems.
Dude, Doom, I mean, yeah,
you know what I mean?
He's the
Doom
consummate.
does not succumb.
He's the consummate comic book villain.
I was with
he
a
really
lady,
is.
and she told me to come, and I said, "Doom does not come."
Fuck. Doom comes when Doom will come, not before.
You will come before Doom.
That is Doom's parking spot. Get the fuck out. Oh my God. That was my husband and my child.
How many
Doom
times
cares not.
How many times must I rule over you people? Doom will park in the handicap zone.
Doom parks in the handicap spot because Doom's mask makes him handicapped. It's hard to see.
You haven't seen my face. That's how disfigured I am. What the fuck are we doing? All right. So
Dude, speaking of that, when fucking in the Clayface trailer, when he has to cut his own eyelids, right? Dude, that part is fucking crazy.
So eventually, Doom starts to
He figures it out.
He starts to get back in touch with his sorcery.
Yeah, he
And
figures out how to change
gets
the thing.
off the
But how
ship.
does it? I forgot how it ends.
Oh,
He's in the Oval Office.
So
isn't
he
it?
eventually takes over the ship, takes over that, and he goes,
He
they all
quantum
Here
leaps.
Again, that's why it's Doom Quest. But it
Great.
says, further proof I find myself suddenly in the terminal void. The threshold of change has been met, but this time my changes are not to be erased. So then a portal opens and he gets, quantum leaped into the American Revolution.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, hell yeah.
Dude, give me more.
You know what?
Give me more.
Hey. This is another example of a series when we were shitting on issue 1.
Oh, the first issue was like,
this isn't
fuck
what
off,
I
dude.
want. But by the end of this issue, when you're telling me, okay, it's Dr. Doom on the Titanic, cool. And then by the end, oh yeah, now he's in the American Revolution. What?
I read issue 1, and I remember we reviewed it, and I didn't really dig on it.
No, neither
And
of us were.
The cover was, in the back of each issue, they show the cover of the next issue a lot. And I saw this and I was like, I don't know why, but I was like, okay, Doom as Al Capone in like 1930s Chicago with like a Tommy gun and a fucking, a Packer, driving around in a big old fucking car and shit. That's not what this was. But it intrigued me enough to try out issue number 2. And Ryan North was a great comic book writer. So
I got to give them credit because obviously Marvel is going to continue to keep pushing Doom because of that movie.
Well, this is a 12 issue. Yeah. So it'll be at like
12?
issue. Yeah. 12 issue miniseries or maxi series, whatever, limited series. So it'll be like issue 7 or 8.
But
when Doomsday comes out.
With this, and then I haven't had a chance to read number 13 yet.
Yeah.
But what Zdarsky's doing with him being in hell with Captain, I told you I had a friend that I was going on a family trip with, and we were talking, and he reads comics and he hasn't been in the current stuff. And I said, it's Captain America, Dr. Doom, buddy tripping through hell. And he's like, that's awesome. I'm like, yeah, Dr. Doom quantum leaping. Awesome.
I know people say like there are no original ideas left, and I'll say you're right.
Yeah, fair.
You're right. But when you get the right combination of shit that I've already seen before, it's like, oh, right on. I told you about the book I read last month for my book club, Hell's Heart. It was you take Moby Dick, you take space, you take the future, and then you take
the older
lesbians.
you get, the more you realize it's all derivative, and someone is doing their version of something else.
Put them all together, and I'm like, I'm signing up for that because that sounds neat.
Yeah. You realize when you create something, you're just putting all the things that you really like into a blender and making it. And then you start to realize, oh, yeah, there's this. Sometimes you don't realize the inspiration until after. You're like, oh. I give Doom Quest a B+.
I give it a sure, B+. Jerry.
Hey, Jerry. What's your feelings on Palestine? Frank! Why is he De Niro? What?
You know what?
Hey, let me tell you something, Jerry. Let me tell you something, Rob. Oh, yeah, you'll tell me something, John? I like how he kind of dips into John Travolta, like early Travolta. Hey, man, I'm serious.
You talking to me? Hey, you talking to me? Oh, fuck you.
You're right.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
I just said boo, fuck you to myself.
Absolute
hot
Catwoman number 2.
What else we got?
2 more.
Okay. Like them.
We got a lot of number 2s. Actually, this is the shit episode because Doom Quest number 2, Absolute Catwoman number 2, Avengers Armageddon number 2, Supergirl Survive number 2.
Christ.
It stinks in here.
We're number 1. There used to be a what is it called? The tank, septic tank.
Yeah.
There was a septic tank cleaning service in Iowa City, and I'm sure there's every septic tank cleaner business owner has thought of this joke. But every time I was driving around and see their truck, their big thing was, we're number 1 in the number 2 business. It was like, And it was like, yeah, I'm driving behind your truck, which is probably full of shit.
That's the sound it makes. So this issue, by the way, did friggin'
Absolute Catwoman #2.
Scott Snyder and somebody else
gotten into the Quaaludes.
Usually they're at the end. There we go. Scott Snyder and Che Grayson are the writers. Bengal is the artist. And
I like the art a lot.
Color is Giovanna Nero. All right. So Absolute Catwoman #2 kind of goes back to flashback. It keeps going back and forth between past and present. It talks about her early relationships with I'm trying to find her name.
Huntress is one of them, and then she's got like 3 friends who are girls.
Yeah, and they make up
they used to be a robbery
gang, the feline.
Yeah,
I'm pulling it up. Calicos.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a flashback of some of their jobs. And then we cut to her going to Switzerland.
She's trying to find a buyer for the sphere that showed up in issue 1.
Mysterious, priceless.
Right, and she doesn't know what it is. So her plan, let's put it up for a ridiculously, prohibitively expensive.
Yes, and she has a auction house thing for a bunch of rich people.
This.
Yeah,
they're gonna come and get it, and they're gonna be the only one who can afford it. And then I'm gonna get there and go, tell me what the fuck this is and what you want for it. But what happens is they walk into this room and there's all these dead bodies and these shadows come out of the fucking wall and they're ninjas.
Yeah, and it's a full-on fight at this like auction house thing.
Yeah, they have to
fight. Victoria Sage, the second stray, the genius. I haven't seen her in years. So she runs into her first, and then she runs into Helena, who's bursting through the fucking window.
Yeah.
Fighting people, and she was the first stray, the Silver Spoon.
Yep.
So yeah, it's those 3 fighting together, and
there's bad blood,
and they're all trying to. I'm always a sucker for a story where it's like old friends that are slowly reconciling, but through fists. And I appreciate that. The action trope. So yeah, they're all fighting them off. And then she does a really cool thing where, because you think Selena's in this nice dress for this fancy gala. She turns a button and she was wearing her suit the whole time. So she's chasing after Cassandra Cain, who we saw at the end of the first issue. And that's when she also runs into, doesn't she run into, no, it's a flashback.
Well, she's leaving, and the 2 people that she's leaving behind are like, well, that's her.
Yeah, she starts to leave,
and she grabs him with her tail, and they're like, because she has a flashback of the last time they saw each other and how she did really abandon him.
She left
everybody.
everybody.
I'm not going to do that this time.
And
so she takes him,
saves him.
Yeah, and she even says at the end of the book, she's like, I didn't do it because I like them. I did it because I need their help.
And all I could think about is how Holly was the only one to bring us together when things went south. I've been trying to steal back my life, steal back my story. Maybe I don't have to after all. Maybe I could just write a new one. What a nice message. Again, solid book. I give it a B.
I'm not invested in the story so much, but the art is gorgeous. The fight scenes are really cool.
I love the tech.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the fucking the
tail
bike in issue 1,
the Wildcat.
Fuck, come on, man. Yeah, give it a B. Give it a B. We're gonna have to. One of us is gonna have to hate one of these books.
I know.
Or else it's just
we gotta change the system because it's cheating.
Well, I already know that I fucking hate this book, and I'm not buying any more of
it.
I'm not buying any more of it.
Avengers Armageddon #2, written by Chip Zdarsky. Artists are Delio Diaz and Frank Alpizar. And then I believe the colors are Sonia Obak.
Can we go ahead and spoil it right now? At the end of this book,
Avengers Armageddon #2.
At the end of this book, Red Hulk is captured by the Russians. I'm sorry. Isn't the whole fucking point of Avengers Armageddon that Red Hulk breaks bad and everybody's got to go. So by the end of issue, I don't fucking care anymore.
so-
You know why? You know why else? You know why else? I know your theory on the Infernal Hulk stuff, and that may be true, but I still haven't seen hide nor hair of it. I never saw in Brave New World a TV, somebody passing a TV with a news story about Wilson Fisk being the mayor of New York. Could you have maybe done that for me? I know you could have, but you didn't. I'm kind of sick of how, and by the way, you're welcome. I decided not to buy Hellfire Murder #1, whatever the fuck that is. That
Like a
fucking
murder mystery thing?
X-Men cross. Who cares? $7.99. I'm not fucking buying that
Oof,
shit.
$8?
Yeah. Go to hell. They had a Marvel Zero, and it's literally like a book for $7.99 of teasers and previews. Fuck you, Marvel.
Wow. So
Look, the Marvel stand is
how many
Sick of
issues
Marvel.
is this supposed to be?
Armageddon. I have
Yeah.
no clue. I don't care.
Because so first of all, we also David Colton, who is a super
Oh, God,
also
yeah,
a different
just-
captain. Hold on. He's Thunderbolt Ross's Captain America, right? And apparently he's infused with the powers of a sentry. That's why he can fly. That's what this book tells me.
Sure. Whatever.
So he shows up and pretty much solos the Red Hulk, who is everybody else is struggling, but
Yeah.
this dude, poof. Which I'm like, okay, I know every writer does this at some point, but when the guy that's writing Captain America, who makes a character for the Captain America book, is doing a crossover book, it just feels like Chip Zdarsky is making this character so much more important because he just created it. And it's like, okay, fine. But then where do you go? Like, because I'm with you where I'm like, I'm not interested in reading another issue because, so David Colton shows up. He beats the fuck out of the Red Hulk.
Yeah, like just
Takes him out, by him, again, solo tanks this fucking Red Hulk and almost kills him. Bucky stops him. And like, well, that's your problem. You won't kill the motherfucker. He's going to do this again.
Yeah. So he takes off.
So he leaves. And yeah, and then the Russians have Red Hulk, and now Tony has Dr. Doom's little future box. And I just,
how many? We're in issue 2, and we've already seen nine twists. Nine twists.
I would have respected the fuck out of this book if he killed Hulk. If you fucking killed him, because I would have been like, holy shit, where are you going to go from here? But they
got to keep the status quo.
You gotta do 6 issues because we gotta staple them all together and sell as a fucking trade. Am I wrong?
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Tell him I'm wrong. Why?
And he's over here going, you know what he's saying?
Oh, yeah, right.
And I said,
you ever hear of a blade job?
Invented it.
Unbelievable.
Never hear of it.
So he pummels Red Hulk, right? I just love that. But yeah, I'm not interested in reading a 3rd issue. It goes back to there's a reason why we hated Age of Revelation. There's a reason why we had problems with DCKO. It's I mean, your brother, like what your brother was saying at the beginning of the show, like I think more and more people like it when it's not like there's fine to have a continuation, but like this continuity constantly drags comic books down.
Yes.
Just let these people write the stories they want to fucking write.
Yes.
Who cares what timeline it is? Who cares where, like, who cares? Who cares? It's all made up. Fictional characters. And I'm sorry, I know it. And you and I have gone back and forth, and I think we've had this stated this reasoning on the show, but I'll do it again. I want to celebrate comics.
Yes.
But we have to talk about shit like this.
Yes.
Because we have to come at it from the angle that we do. We love comics and we hate what these series do to comic books.
Mm-hmm.
Because Zdarsky is way too talented to be working on it. Like, they're all too talented to be doing shit like this. And if he wants to do it, then fine.
Marvel
whatever,
has such a thick and let's not even talk about DC's continuity, but there's such thick continuity. And what I was trying to get across with Carter's books is he doesn't have like all of that, continuity that he has to keep straight, that an editor has to keep. Actually, that was an issue in 1960, but also these continuities hinder these creators from truly fantastic ideas. And a lot of what makes Carter's books, like the Ecteron books and other books like that are so good, is because they lean into the fantastic, not at the expense of the plot, but at the expense of continuity, whatever that is. And that's why that's what makes comics fun.
And that's why a lot like the indie space for comics is with Image eventually becoming what it was, but like why the indie space is what it is with comics, because you're right, because you see books have fun and take risks that you're not seeing the big two do. And they're two. Oh man, if this was episode 222, it would have been perfect. Fuck that up, man.
You know what? We're going back in time. Exactly 43 episodes.
Got one more.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
I give Avengers Armageddon number 2.
An F.
I give it a D.
A D.
First of all, why are you giving me a alternate cover with Wolverine? Like not even in the issue. And then what's the thing where it's
look at that. Lanterns, August 16th.
What's the thing?
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Wolverine's on the next.
This doesn't.
Oh, guess what?
This looks neat. The Daredevil crossover.
Yeah. Did you also notice that? Of course, the focus of that was Wolverine, because he was doing a Wolverine Road to Armageddon book. Remember?
Weird. What's up, Chip? Also, you're a grown man and you refer to yourself as Chip.
Leave him alone. This is Procreator. This show.
Also, you call yourself the Amazing T-Bird, jackass.
That's what you literally wrote a song called I'm Tyler.
That's where I would have gone with that if I was you.
If
I
I
would
were
have been like,
Chip.
hey, fuckface. That Stewart fails to save the universe show looks awesome because Brian Posehn is in it, and I love Brian Posehn.
July 23rd. Oh, tomorrow. If you're watching this, or no, tonight. If you're watching this on Thursday.
Is it the 23rd? Fuck.
Oh, by the way, Master of the Universe is on Amazon.
For free, or do I have to pay for it?
It's on Prime.
Nice. Check it out.
Supergirl. Survive.
Supergirl survive. So we talked about first issue how much we liked the concept of the Elseworlds.
Yes.
And how DC kind of has it all over. Look, Marvel's got the What If series. Well, go fuck yourself, because I'm gonna have something happen in one issue and then be really stupid and be done. No, give us a whole thing here, because there's a time jump between issue 1 and issue number 2. Now in issue
Ethan
1,
S. Parker, Griffin Sheridan, and Rod Reese are the
in
creators.
issue 1, Krypton's destroyed like normal. Kara, Zor-El, and Jor-El
don't land on Earth.
They don't. They're supposed to in a rocket, but they get hit by a splinter of Krypton, and they land on Rao, which is the Krypton moon. And we go ahead, and what do we see?
So they've been trying to like live on the land on that moon, and then they run into a fight with a monster, and this is where the book goes in a completely different direction than I expected.
Yeah.
And then it keeps going further in a direction I wasn't expecting. And each little twist, I was like, hell yes.
I did not look at that cover and go, "Oh, cool, the Lobo family."
And I didn't look at that cover and expect.
I thought it was like vampires.
And expect the whole entire Lantern Corps to be in the book. So
Dude,
she gets saved by the Lantern Corps.
The Lantern again in this timeline. They are the Guardians of Oa. They control all of the spectrum of the lanterns.
Colors. Unlike in the main continuity,
right,
where each
the Green
one
Lanterns
has a different.
And later on, each of those is invented.
Like the Red Lanterns have Atrocitus and Sinestro Corps,
and Stelfreeze is
wasn't it Zarfleeze or something like that?
Larfleeze is the orange. He's the only orange lantern, by the way.
He's greedy. But yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. I love the idea that the whole entire spectrum showed up. It wasn't just
like each one, and Abin Sur is in it.
Yeah, Abin Sur, and then like I love that the Rage Lantern kind of is like rock, and then like this traditionally would be Sinestro Corps is just a yellow lantern, but he's got like a flame. Like they actually have them look like different aliens.
Yes. Instead of, hey, here's a space chipmunk. You hear me?
So then we
also his name is Chip.
They save her and they say, hey, just be careful, blah blah blah. So then she goes back and tries to get on the subway, and she misses the train. But then she gets some help from Lobo. Lobo, who looks like somebody that works at the train station. And she's like, I'm a Kryptonian. And he's like, oh, is that right? So then he tries to kidnap them, Kara and Clark, or Kara and Cal. And yes, that's how they go home to their other Lobo. And there's ranch. 3 Lobos.
So they say their names at different times. Sorry.
But I think it's interesting because then, instead of the last Zarnian, we have 3 Zarnians.
Yes.
There you go. Again, I was not expecting the Lanterns. I was not expecting a family of Lobos.
There's Lobone, Lobor. And then she's talking about... The fucked up thing is he's talking about, like, we're going to sell you to slavery.
They're human traffickers.
Yeah. So then the Green Lanterns show up.
Yeah, the Lanterns show up to save her again. And this is in the part of the issue where Supergirl finally gets her powers and she finally fights them off. Or no, she doesn't get her powers.
No.
She becomes a fucking Blue Lantern.
Well, so the Blue Lantern is fucking
killed.
Losing his shit during the standoff. And finally, they just have this all-out fight.
And the Red Lantern,
the
Red Lantern loses control and kills people on accident. And the Blue Lantern dies in the battle and loses his ring. And his ring goes off, like, you just see the ring slowly lift off his finger. And I knew that was coming, but the book is so well written, I didn't even think about it. And then I kept going to the end, ripping through this page because there's all this action. And you get to the end, and there's Kara and Cal wielding the blue ring.
Are we under arrest?
Yeah. They're Blue Lanterns. Again, talking about it. Fun. The book took took familiar concepts and found interesting ways to retell those stories. Like, hell yeah. The whole spectrum is with the Guardians.
Yes.
Okay, it isn't just Lobo; it's a family of Lobos. There's 3 of them. They're they're still the whole idea of Supergirl survive. She doesn't even have powers yet, and she's not on Earth.
She might not get powers.
Might not even get to Earth. We don't know. But right now, she has the Lantern.
We don't even
powers.
know what Earth is like in this timeline. But again.
It's a really solid book, man. I give that an A. It was fun.
Yeah.
And you and I talked about it. I'll give you this. I will tell you this. As someone who I joke with about being a Marvel shill, you've been pretty honest with everybody on this show, and consistently DC has just been putting out better books. This is a great example. The Absolute books, for the most part, have been more good than bad.
boy, howdy, you got 2 to read.
Do you think
today,
the
bro.
midnight shit is Marvel's answer to that?
What?
The midnight line. Like they got a midnight Fantastic Four, a midnight X-Men, and a midnight something else.
Of course, Marvel has to copy.
I don't know if it is. It seems
No,
like
but
it's-
as soon as you said it, I was like, when are they going to come out with their absolute? Because I'm sure most of the idiots at Marvel, and I'm not talking about the artists and writers, I'm talking about the shitheads
bean
on the top
counters,
floor. Yeah, the
that are in the
shitheads.
corporate.
Most of those shitheads are like, well, the absolute books are an answer to the ultimate universe. And like, no, it's fucking not, asshole. It's so much better.
Well, they have to be looking.
Hey, the
They have
ultimate
to be
universe, the
looking-
Red Skull is
Tyler.
Captain America's son.
They have to be looking to like
What?
They have to be looking at the sales, especially of like Absolute Batman.
That's what I'm saying.
and
is
be like, we got to do something.
at some point, one of the bean counters is going to be like, we have to make an absolute.
I don't know.
answer.
Maybe midnight is I don't know.
Midnight. Oh my god, just
It's
don't.
so stupid.
Just
midnight.
don't.
It's like whenever Marvel tries to be edgy, it's like Marvel Max, Marvel Nights, Marvel go fuck yourself. Andrew
Marvel Midnight. See, that would have been a Marvel Midnight. Alternate comic book universe.
I ended it. I think.
No.
It's still going.
Launched by Marvel Comics, focusing on dark, horror-inspired, and supernatural reimaginings of classic characters.
Absolute.
Midnight X-Men, exploring a bloody war between mutants and vampires in New York City. Midnight Spider-Man, featuring body horror, where Peter Parker transforms into a hideous spider hybrid paddling Oscorp. Midnight Fantastic Four, taking the iconic family into Lovecraftian cosmic horror and
Ooh,
dark
actually
alternate dimensions.
Not gonna lie, a couple of these are hitting for me. What the fuck is DNX? Did you see that?
I don't.
What are you doing?
Why are you trying to get the Fantastic Four and X-Men together all the fucking time? Yeah, it's like, there's scissor.
X4.
X4. Wait, one more. X4.
Please stop, Charles.